Hello, and welcome back, Usal, as I prepare for a gunfight with your son, Leto II, in Perfidious Pete Plays Aven Colony. Tell me of your homeworld, Usul, and tell me of how I'm going to build plasma turrets to destroy our bastard son. Because, you know, that's exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to be starting to build some defensive structures here. Plasma turrets are going up. We saw the sandworm come up earlier. We have to assume, you know, it's a Chekhov's gun scenario. That bad boy is coming back. They're not just going to let that one go. Frank Herbert is way too crafty a writer to just let that one slide. Also, you know, one thing I always wondered about the people of the Dune universe, I mean, we're building plasma turrets here. What we really ought to be building instead of plasma turrets is just fire hoses, because that was the weakness of the worms in Dune, like water could kill them. And that's a question I always had about, like, the later Dune books. Once you get beyond the first one, they start getting a little weird. Why did the people of the Dune universe let Leto II become God Emperor? Like 4,000-year reign of a tyrant? Why did they allow that to happen? We're talking about a guy whose weakness is a bucket of water. You could fight him literal Wicked Witch of the West style. If the God Emperor is troubling you, just chuck a bucket of water in his face and watch him melt into a puddle while he goes, "Ah, what a world, ah." Water, it's everywhere. People are literally made of mostly water. You're talking about a fight that you could have beaten the God Emperor of Doom by literally burying him in your dead, right? When people are made of mostly water, you could just go over there and bleed on him, and eventually it would kill him. How did they not win that fight?
I have some thoughts on how to best expand your colony.
Construct 4 additional buildings. I mean, okay, add 4 structures of pretty much any variety. They don't really care what they are. I'm down with that. We are still looking for a spot to plop this chemical plant, because I do want to get it out. But before we build a chemical plant, I would really like us to have something to do with said chemical plant. So Zeno Glow is in the mix, and I think what we're going to do, let's just build a greenhouse. We're going to build a tier... Actually, are all of our greenhouses tier 2? I just want to make sure they've all been upgraded. Okay, all of our greenhouses are tier 2. So we're going to build a tier 2 greenhouse, and what I want to build is actually Xenosage, so we can make some happy juice. You know, Xenosage actually grows pretty good out here. 9.7, huh? 10.1? Done. 10.1 Xenosage per hour. Give it to me, and then we're going to build a... Was the research done? I'm not building that chemical plant until the research for us to make Zeno Glow into something useful is finished. We'll go ahead and upgrade this. Upgrades are just... I really feel like upgrades should sort of be automatic. I mean, if you've got the stuff, you should be upgrading. And I want to take a look at our storage very quickly. How much iron do we have? We have 7,000 quinoa. We got to start getting rid of that crap. What's our trade hub doing? Trade hub? What are you trading at the moment? That's the immigration center. What are you trading at the moment? You're trying to trade gold for pasta, but we're out of gold. We'll knock that shit off and start trading. I just want to get rid of quinoa. So I know we need food. Right now we have 112 per colonist. I think we can afford to shed some. Let's trade some of this quinoa for Zorium, and maybe we'll just build ourselves a Zorium power plant to get rid of that crap. Alternatively, is there anything we can do with Zorium? Does any of this research give us, does any of this require Zorium as an ingredient? No, but we can also start doing drone boosts. I mean, those things are all useful. Xeno spice bread too, which means we're going to need wheat if we just want to make bread and Xeno spice bread. We'd also need a mill to manufacture it in. I think we could probably get away with, that. It'll give us 2 additional food sources too for a minimal investment. We're never going to have Amaranthum because Kelcospores and Quarry Spores just really aren't going to grow. So let's start working on Plasma Boost first. Then I think Drone Boost, Filtering Boost, and Scrubber Boost. Not that I mean, we always research those policies. Last time we researched them, I don't think we actually did anything with them. What's going on here, though? Is there a sandstorm? Have the Fremen summoned Shai Halud? Are they coming to attack? Is that what's going on here? Guess not. Well, shit. I was waiting for something cool to happen, man. There was supposed to be a giant worm that came up out of this hole and spit shit at the colony. We were going to brutally gun him down, but what do we get instead? Nothing. That's what. We get nothing. Are you done? Research into Zeno Glow is finished. Fantastic. All right, let's start growing. Xenosage is already getting grown. Excellent. Then what we need to do? Well, let's start making the happy pills. Resource management structures, not what we want. We want mining and processing. No, it is actually a resource management structure. Oh, we need nanites. We need 46. We only have 42. I guess we're going to wait. We can up the speed while we wait, though. Give me the 46 nanites here. There's the good stuff. That's what I need. Thanks. Now we'll go back to regular speed. Chemical plant. Plop you down. Get you built. So what are our colony's needs at the moment? Storage is sorted. Air quality is low-ish. Let's work on our air quality. Are you in? We need an intake. Geothermal plants. Probably we want to have an intake next to them. Every place we build an intake, we also really want to build a... We always want to build a wind turbine, like, right next to it. So let's drop an intake plant. Give me and go back to my air processing facilities. Let's put an intake fan over here, because the air... This is where the air quality is really troublesome. And then behind that, as soon as we get a second, we're going to build a wind turbine. Wind turbines are just to protect us from toxic gas outbreaks, which this, in theory, could still happen. Although we could stop that outbreak just by putting a geothermal mine. You know, we should probably just build another outtake and throw a geothermal plant on top of that. The commute penalty out of here has got to be murdering us something fearsome right now, but all things considered, this still feels like a pretty worthwhile endeavor. Put you here, and then we're going to go to energy structures. We're getting, you know, close to our power cap. Close-ish to our power cap anyway. So a little more power won't hurt. Give me a level 1 geothermal generator.
A new mission is available.
Build 5 mining structures. So you really want me to be a mining colony, alright? Trade vessels getting rid of some of our unwanted quinoa. More people. Objective completed. Always nice. More power, please. So they want us to build a bunch of mining structures. Hey, can we pick this up yet? Still no drones in range, huh? Why is it that our drone... Where is our drone range? Our drones continually are always in, like, the worst possible spots. We got excellent drone coverage here. This is our police drone coverage, I believe. We have no police drone coverage out here. How's our crime looked in? Any crime out here? I mean, you know, minimal crime, but it probably wouldn't hurt to just cover it all up. I may be jumping the gun on the whole police drone thing. We effectively have no crime. We had a little bit of crime, but the police drones have taken care of it. You know what? Let's do here. We'll upgrade our police drone. There. That's my compromise. I'm not investing in a bigger police force. I'm investing in a better police force. I don't want more policemen out there strangling and murdering my citizens. I want policemen who go out there and do their jobs, you know, without resorting to the strangling and murdering of my citizens. No metals to process. Synthesizing 1 nanite. Hey, how come you're not cranking out enough metals to process here, Jimmy? You should have enough metals to process. Iron mine? I mean, you're mining. A lot of it is the efficiency rating because you don't have enough employees. People are super stoked to be living in a colony. That's what we like to see. But, like, where's our employment problems here? We don't appear to have enough population down in this area. We don't have a commute problem, per se. It's just we got a geothermal plant that's not really doing anything. We got an air intake fan down here that ain't doing squat. We got some processing facilities and mines that are short of people. You know what we need, then, is we just need more people in that area. So what do we want to build, then? It's got to be a housing structure, but what variety? We're low on nanites. Lightning towers, once again, keeping our batteries full. We completed something? Chemistry. Following is added to your colony's inventory as a reward for completing the chemistry mission objective of build a power plant. 15 nanites, 47 rice. Well, a chemical plant, you can only make one thing, so, I mean, make it. You could make, oh, you could make corn syrup and soda. No, we need our corn for eating, thank you. Although we could make candy, corn syrup, and do a little candy. Let's just keep cranking out the Zeno Glow until we run out of an opportunity to make it. Okay. You want 150 gold bloom? Well, you want me to export 150 gold bloom? How am I supposed to do that? Export 150 gold bloom. I am not growing gold bloom. You know, no, I'm not doing this. Is there a way to cancel a trade mission? Because I don't want to... I'm not growing quinoa spores and whatnot to make gold bloom just to export it to you because you arbitrarily decided that you wanted something I couldn't really grow effectively. No, we'll just keep doing these permanent trade missions. You know, a tier 2 habitat is probably enough to meet our needs over in this region. This will give these folks a place to work that's a little closer to home, maybe eliminate some of our crippling commute penalties, and get our staffing up a little bit over in those regions. Population is looking pretty good. Everybody out here is going to be hating life. Like, you guys all hate your commute, though, right? Every one of you? Yeah, you despise it. Everybody who works in one of these locations is going to be showing up here with big-time commute penalty because they don't like... Our colonists hate to walk. They really don't like it. Maybe we should invest in, like... Is there a way we could build segways for our people? If they're going to be lazy, you know what? Fine. Let's just... Oh, we're losing food. We have negative food per colonist. That's troublesome. Negative food per colonist. We have a ton of stored food, so it's not the end of the world, but we really don't want negative food per colonist. That's very bad. Long enough timeline, everybody starves to death. And also, we're upping our population by allowing them to import more colonists, so we're gonna have to grow more food of an edible variety. We could grow... You know what we should grow? We should grow some wheat. You can get 8.4 wheat per hour, 9.2 wheat per hour. Can we do any better than that anywhere? 9.7 wheat per hour? Sorted. Look at the drones, man. Just trade hub is idle. You should not be idle. Export anything we have that brings us food. We can trade iron for barley. That's it. We could also export nanites for ration packs. Well, we're out of gold, so we can't really do that. And this shit trade mission is kind of cock-blocking us here. I don't want to export iron. I want to make it into nanites and other useful things. I definitely don't want to export nanites. Now, you know what? We're canceling that. The mission is available. Win a referendum. Well, we'll do that or lose, so that's a mission that doesn't really require much. Referendum here. Yeah, I don't care. Objective completed. Trade hub's gonna be idle. That makes me a little salty. That I don't want to build Goldblum. I mean, who doesn't want to build their own personal Jeff Goldblum? It's kind of hard to not want your own personal Jeff Goldblum, admittedly. If the opportunity arises, somebody's like, "Hey, you want to get a Goldblum? We got a Jeff Goldblum over here nobody's using. You want to take a shot at it?" Be like, "Well, yeah, you know, I could use a Jeff Goldblum. Yeah, seems all right." We want resource management. Where you at? I want to build a mill. A meal? Yes, I want to build a meal, but also a mill so that I can start making some flour, because we've got wheat now. You are wheat, correct? Yes. Our food is just rocketed back into the positive again. Why was our food going down so precipitously, but now it's just... Oh, it must have been winter. We were losing food in winter. That's what it was. Okay. Our food production goes way, way down in the winter. But right now, food production is fantastic and obviously filling up our stockpile with a bunch of crap we probably don't need and have no way to get rid of. Right? We got 1,225 barley sitting here. We're going to grind some of that down into oatmeal. We got all of this quinoa that we had really nothing to do with. I'd love to export some of that just to get rid of it. How's our water per colonist doing? I mean, it's still fine. I thought water was going to be a serious issue, but earlier we said we're going to go long-term on this. Let's future-proof ourselves against our water needs, and we definitely achieved that goal. In the interest of maintaining our future-proofing, though, I'm thinking maybe a Tier 2 water pump would not go amiss. 25 extra water per hour. This tile is going to be a dead tile anyway, so let's do it. And mill, let's give you some recipes. You've got workers. Okay, one thing you want is flour. Porridge, because that just takes barley. We have plenty of wheat. We have plenty of porridge. We also want to make some bread. Actually, is there a way to... We want to make Zeno spice bread before we make regular bread. Like, if Zeno spice bread is available, we should prefer that you make that. Wheat can also be ground. We can make flour. Also can be ground and made pasta. If we use all of our flour for bread and Zeno spice... You know what? Pasta can be last. Fine. We're not growing corn, so you know what? The candy can just chill for a minute. How's our drug production coming over here? We have 395 Zeno Glow. That's probably enough for a while. Let's go ahead and cool that out. And also, we're going to need to build a dispensary in order to get these drugs on the street. That's a key part of any drug empire. You got to have a great distribution network. Just ask Walter White, man. He'll tell you. The problem was not in obtaining the drugs. The drugs part, that was the easy part, man. Getting the drugs, not a problem. Getting the drugs out there, that's where all the work is, man. Dispensing the drugs, that's the tough part. That's the hard sell. We're going to continue our Skid Row philosophy of just putting all of our entertainment buildings in one tiny area. Or are we? This region seems like it's going to be not especially useful. Let's just throw a park out here. There you go. Increase the happiness of the folks who live out there. And I don't really want to build anything else out in this region. I really don't. I'm not too worried about Zorium. Yeah, I'm aware how referendums work. I really wish the thing would, like, it could warn me once about the referendum, be like, hey, the referendum is in a year, and then maybe warn me again, like, right before the referendum comes up. But the constant referendum reminders, it feels pretty unnecessary. How many people do we need out here to work? We got 2 geothermal generators. Okay. How many people do you guys need? Was that 7? You guys need 10 each. So we need 20 people. We got an intake fan that takes 4. Drone that takes a maximum of 5. So we need about habitation out here for like 30 people. We can't upgrade an outpost, but we could build just a tier 1 habitat, plop it out here, and call it done. And I think that's what we're going to do. It's tier 1 habitat time. I really want more nanites. Are you guys still out of metal? You're synthesizing? You're synthesizing? Are you synthesizing? You are also synthesizing. How come we're getting nanites so slowly? No metals to process. So we actually need more mines. We're out of metal. Which sort of means we have to come out in this direction, even as much as I don't necessarily want to do that. Alright, we'll build a boulevard over here. A boulevard of broken dreams. I mean, it's going to be if you live in this part of town, because it's a dump. You know what? Let's see if we can shorten this commute slightly. What if we do this? There he is, Shai-Hulud. Start shooting, plasma cannon. What are you doing? How come our plasma cannon is not... There it is. Did it fire? Plasma cannon. Show your... It's out of range. Great. We got into our gunfight with Leto Atreides, and what did we do? We built plasma... I'm telling you, man, all we needed was fucking fire hoses. We should have gone for the fire hose meta. We should have gone for the fire hoses. You're right. I should have gone for the fire hoses, man. The fire hoses would have got the job done, but no. What did I be like? No, let's build plasma cannons. I made the classic Dune mistake. Didn't go for the right, wrong tool for the job, man. Pete, wrong tool for the job. What you needed to stop Leto II was just a bucket. That's all it would have taken, man. 1 bucket. Let's get some more construction drones up in here. We still have not managed to put a construction drone in a region that makes this cargo pod available. A little salty at the Sandy Gulch map. I'm also a little salty when my Gulch gets sandy because nobody likes a chafed butt crack. Pete, you ever going to stop making that joke? Yeah, probably not. Complete 5 mining structures. That's so many mines, though. I guess we could just come out here and put, like, residential habitats. Just be like, we need X, like we're doing over here, sort of. We'll be like, we need X people to work in this region. Let's build a habitat that can house exactly X number of people. Like this, where we're just going to build straight up a tier 1 habitat and plop it down, I don't know, maybe like right here. Actually, let's just fill this gap. We're going to drop a tier 1 habitat on that because that's all we need. That's all we need. I don't want to overbuild. The other added advantage, I guess this does bring us... Oh, we got a truckload of mines out here. Creep spores detected. Uh-oh. Well, I mean, we have 1 plasma cannon that can stop him. We have no scrubber drones and no nanites. That's real bad. We better hope this guy gets him gunned down. Alright, plasma cannon. Don't make me regret having built you. That's all I'm going to say. There's 2,500 potash out there, which we could use to up our food intake. But our food per colonist is actually still pretty good. 92.5. It feels like we got a respectable stockpile of the old food there. A plasma cannon, though. Any day now. Open fire. Whenever you got a minute. There you go. Good work, champ. Keep shooting. Nice. Creep spores defeated. Little redemption for the plasma cannon. I was over there a little angry at him, a little salty, I'm not gonna lie, but the plasma cannon redeemed himself. He dropped the ball on the whole Shai Halud combat, but he brought it back from the brink. Just when we were about to trade him to the American League for being worthless, he's like, no, Pete, I can save it. I can rally it. It's not too late. Don't make me go be a designated hitter and die in the American League in the most shameful fashion a baseball player can end his career. Don't do that to me, Pete. Please don't do that to me. Why the hate for the American League? You know, I've said my piece on the American League a number of times. I don't like the designated hitter. Don't like the designated hitter. It's just they're real bad. Does Aven Colony have a designated hitter? That's what I want to know, huh? Where's my designated hitter? Do I get a designated governor coming in who gets to be the guy who does the job when I can't do it anymore? Be like, oh, Pete, can't, what's the problem, man? You're not good enough to compete anymore? What are you going to do? Be like, well, just call in the DH then, I guess. It's good. My career is over. My run as colony governor has ended, but it's, you know, I don't have the chops for it. I'm just not good enough to govern. But what I can do is come in to pay someone to actually govern for me so that I don't actually have to govern anymore. And I can just, you know, play golf and whatnot. I can handle all the social aspects of being a governor, you know, parties, functions, ribbon cuttings, that kind of thing, while somebody else does all the actual day-to-day work. Somebody else can handle the heavy lifting. Me, I'm just going to come in and do the fun part. I don't do any of the work. I get all the accolades. I'm a designated governor. Thinking about maybe getting us another potash mine out here. But then, see, the thing is, then we also have to build, we got to build a habitat out here and probably more drones. Incoming shard storm. We got some plasma cannons. We should probably build a few scrubber drones, just like out of an abundance of caution too. I want to be careful. Scrubber drone hubs cover a huge area, by the way. So you don't need very many of them. This one scrubber drone hub here is going to get most of our colony, and then we'll build one more and it'll get basically the rest of it. Plasma cannon's doing a little work here during the shard storm, helping out. I can't believe it, but we're actually a little low on power. Like, we're getting close to our power cap. And some buildings taking some damage here. It's not good. Have we researched the drone repair thing that just takes some nanites? If we have, we should enact that policy. Let's see here. How's it? No, it's not. It's none of these things, Pete. What you want is this, and you want power and policies, and you want drone auto repair turned on. There we go. Colony? 83% happy, probably because of the massive drug inhibitions that we've got working there. And you're gonna, Pete, you built the drugs, and now you're not allowed to pass the referendum that legalizes it, and then also be salty about having us, having it legalized. I'm not salty. I'm not even a little bit salty. We just legalize and tax the shit out of it. That's our goal. Zeno spice spread. We still have 370. Almost nobody's taking it anyway. We have 369 Zeno Glow, and nobody's even using it. Sometimes I wonder about the people who live in our colony. I gotta say, baby, you got the kickinest shape of all time. You got that real kind of curvy hip, sort of hourglass shape going. But you also have a really long, elegant neck. Girl, you gotta, what do you say? You and Governor Pete want to go out and paint the town a little bit? You could paint the town. Paint the town any color you like. Paint the town pink, we can paint the town green, we can paint the town purple. I'll paint it black if you want. We can get Rolling Stones on this shit. I don't care. You say the color and we'll go paint the town. Still gonna win. Okay, 5 mining structures. Let's go get a potash mine. Can we get to that? We can't get to the potash. We can get right next to it, but we can't get on top of it. Alright, well, let's waste some more nanites doing this useful crap then. And then what will we do? Do another drone construction hub. This is the furthest out we can build this. I'm thinking maybe, well, never mind. I was saying maybe it would have been a better strategy rather than upgrading our drone control hubs to level 3 to give them more drones if we had just built more hubs. But from a personnel standpoint, that's actually a terrible way to go. Because we need at least, like, one person working in every drone hub, and these people hate to walk, so they're going to be real salty about the fact that they have any kind of commute. We got a mine out here. I'm sure you guys hate your commute, though, right? What a surprise. They despise it. So how many people do we need for a mine? 10. We're going to need at least 4 for this and 10 for... So we need to build another freaking habitat is what we need. We're losing food every winter. That really concerns me. I mean, we have so much food. We have 90 per colonist. You know what, Pete? Don't fret something. Don't make a problem out. Don't make a mountain out of a molehill here. Don't borrow trouble, I guess is what you're saying. Don't borrow sugar either. If you're out of sugar, you know what? Whatever you're cooking, just scrap it. Don't go to your neighbors and ask to borrow a cup of sugar. They don't like it. They don't want to give you. They earned that sugar. You know the rule. First you get the sugar, then you get the women, then you get the power. You go over there and say, hey, can I have a cup of sugar? You're basically saying, give me all your power. They're not going to like it. Don't borrow food from your neighbors. We're also going to build a habitat out here at the butt end of nowhere. And if we need to upgrade this later, it'll be like what we did over here. We've got this one habitat that's basically just supplying... It's basically just supplying our human resources needs over here. I don't even see our colonists as people anymore. I've devolved to the point where... You know what? I'm sorry, colonists, but you're not people anymore. You're just an asset now. You're just you're just labor. When I look at you, I don't see people. I don't look at you and see Ben Ling. I don't look at you and see Valeria O'Reilly. I don't look at you and see Elisa Gibson. I just see 10 hours, 20 hours, 40 hours a week. Attendance problem. That's what I look at when I see you. Insubordinate is what I see when I look at Dora Nath. You guys, you're just numbers on a spreadsheet to me now. That's it. You're pegs that go in a pegboard. I have holes that need to be filled, and you're just what I use to fill those holes. You are what I use to fill the gnawing dread that hides deep within my soul. Steam recovery mode. No, we could upgrade. Alright, you know what? Some of these generators probably should be upgraded. Intake fan, already at level 3. How's our air quality? It's down a little bit. Why? Some low air quality over here by the mines. You're dragging it down, you're dragging it down. But the air quality out here is actually still really good. Where's it low? 86, 82. Oh, well, we found a... There's your problem right there. So it looks like we've got a problem area. What can we do about it? The air quality here is shitty. We need an intake fan over here desperately. Give me the level 3. If we put it right there, is that going to be connected? It is connected. Perfect. And then behind it, we're going to tag in our good old fan, the wind turbine. Little extra power, but more importantly, defense for our intake fan. This one we can upgrade, because it's clearly not doing the work. What buildings do we have that need upgraded? We should check that, and I think once we're done with that, we'll wrap up the episode. But first off, who needs upgrades? It's upgrade time. Old Perfidious speed. Ooh, hey, who needs them? Scrubber drone hub. You probably don't. Construction drone hub. Nah, not right now. The mill, you will get upgraded. What else we got? Well, we have 12 nanites, so we're upgrading literally nothing else. Energy battery. You know what? I will upgrade that. We're getting a lot of lightning hits here. We can upgrade this intake fan, too. We are taking a lot of lightning hits, so upgrading that is not a terrible idea. We don't need more people in these varieties yet. I mean, I think employment is pretty well sorted. You're 100% employed, 100% employed, 100% employed, 100% employed, 100% employed. That's what we like to see. Hey, one thing you can't say about a Perfidious Pete run, I mean, I may not have a designated governor. I may be out here still doing the heavy lifting, but the one thing you cannot complain about here in any of my colonies, employment has been total. 100% employment for us is, it's not just a goal, it's a way of life. We do it every time. Every time, 100% employment. 82% of the vote and will continue as governor. 6 new social policies. Well, fantastic. My continued rule is assured, and with the mandate of the people, I stand ready to continue to lead this colony into the future. Specifically, I plan to lead them over to that stuff. Lead you right over to that cargo pod, and we're going to take some free loot. And I'm also wrapping up the episode. If you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like down in the comment section. Support really does mean a lot. If you'd like to see more Aven Colony, consider subscribing as well. New episodes posted every day until August 29th when War of the Chosen comes out, in which case we'll be going back to daily XCOM videos. I don't know anything about War of the Chosen, haven't looked at it, but I'm still stoked. I am really enjoying Aven Colony, though. Don't get me wrong. This game is real fun. Congratulations on winning your... Did you say you have a special reward for me? Is this that night on the town we talked about? I don't care about the weed or the nanites. I could give less than a shit about that. You have a... You said you had something special for me. It's a romantic interlude, right? You're sitting there, hands on your hips, giving me that come hither stare. You had me at come, really. You had me at come. They didn't even need to hither. Well, that's my evening sorted, so I'm going to wrap this one up. Thanks very much for watching. I'll see you again soon.